I'll do that after the stream. Probably blue-red control. Never mind, it's the Phoenix deck. Phoenix might be tough. Montreal don't really deal with flyers super well. Hand's not very good though, and it's probably gonna be. I braked yesterday. Lost a match against the Green Devotion deck because I braked on Rejuvenator. It's like 3% to break. If he likes. I make any changes? Yeah, I made a few changes. I added a land. I added a Grazer. Added Radiant Fountain. Should we get it? Do life? Life's not bad. Fabled Passage though, probably there. This is probably a bad matchup, right? They have Thing in the Ice, which is kind of nice against you. Have Flyers. Fast Clock, Crackling Drake's probably really good. Nachos. Hilarious. Pretty damn D's. What'd be better here, Krasis or Sphinx Rev? I would Sphinx Rev for 4. White, white, blue, blue, white, blue. Sphinx Rev for 4 or 5/5 Krasis. Probably 5/5 Krasis, right? Yeah, we went 2-3 yesterday. I beat black, green, and blue, white, so I beat the 2 slow decks, and then I lost to Green Devotion, Mono Red, and Soul Artifact deck. Yeah, no, Krasis is going to be big here for sure. Better than Sphinx Rev. Any thoughts on upcoming bans in Pioneer and/or Standard? Pioneer, I'm not too sure yet. I haven't played enough. Probably going to be Oko, or they could just try and banning Goose. I wouldn't mind seeing Bill of Summer go. Not exactly sure what to do. Probably have a few reasonable options. Attack with everyone here, or 4 cards. Wait, why didn't I play Teferi? Whatever, I don't think I can lose. Should have just bounced Thing in the Ice or Crackling Drake. Tier 1. Yeah, I would try to get rid of turn 2 Oko, so either ban Goose or Oko. Probably just get rid of Oko, and if they want to go hard, they could ban Veil of Summer. I'm a bit worried the green decks are still going to be too good even without Oko. You already have these cat decks that are doing really, really well. That's free. I could also just Verdict. I guess I could Teferi plus. Bad though. Did Verdict, play all hand, make 2 tokens. I think that's bad though. I mean, I were just dead on board, right? I keep forgetting about Lumbering Falls. Probably just bounce, attack with everyone. I think it'd kill me with Crackling Drake. Maybe I will Verdict. Yeah, I guess I can bounce my I hope this is not too slow and clunky. Yeah, seems fine, right? We don't have 3 cards in hand. It's not like have infinite value either. That's one way to find out.
We back.
You forgot we back fam. Thanks, Tim. Thanks for the resub, even though I never play limited anymore. You ever play constructed, Tim? Pioneer's fun to watch, yeah, cool. I saw that Jeopardy clip the other day. That was sweet. Was there a reason why his bet was 1995? Has he been the host for the show since 1995 or something? There's a big Jeopardy clip where the game show, an American game show for some. Yeah, because he doesn't win the money, right? If he loses, the losers don't get the money they have left, right? Or do they? I'll attack. I think worth it. If you don't want to hit a creature for 2 damage, but oh, I keep forgetting. It's insane. Every turn I forget how Lumbering Falls. Why did I even have that card in my deck? It's literally what's it called? It's like blue-green coming to play tap land in my deck. Hey, no name. Was that you who messaged me earlier? Font of Fertility is not. I mean, it sacks for 2, but the fact that it's basically a free mana ramp spell, which is, I don't think, very good in this game, except for Elf. Alright, I want offshoot. I don't know what. I never know what to do with Rest in Peace in these matchups. I think Settle and Verdict are both good. Not sure if Scapeshift is good or not. Scapeshift is kind of bad if they have sweepers in their deck. Agent seems pretty stainy, even though they might struggle against Planeswalkers. I have Treasure Cruise, right? I should probably have Rest in Peace. And Teferi's probably nice because of Thing in the Ice. I could see cutting a Sphinx Rev. Grazer blocks, but not really, so I could see cutting at least a Grazer. Third Gusts. Third Gusts is not great. Oko. I think Oko's not enough synergy in my deck for me to bring in this matchup. Turning their dudes into free freeze doesn't seem that great. I think Verdict is good, and I think Verdict gets even better once you have Rest in Peace in your deck. Veto's a bit clunky. Maybe keep all the Grazer. I could also just see an Agent, steal a Drake, seems fine. The 7 mana card, though, you get there fast. Also, it dodges. It might dodge some of their counter spells. Disdainful Stroke just to counter Drake. Drake's kind of best cards. Anything that boarding out a Grazer is probably sketch. Just chumping Drake once can be. Grazer is not always worse than a land. Yeah, I'm gonna draw land and then I'm gonna draw 2 more lands. I mean, Grazer is very high variance. Let's put it that way. Should do Teferi plus. Setting up. Is it just a Drake or is it setting up for Charter Course double Hey Andrea, what's up? How did the gruel go? Andrea has been streaming some arena on Ocodex, I think. Not great. Nice shirt, I know. Dude, it's brand new and I noticed I had a hole already. There's a hole in it. And I barely wore it. I mean, I wore it for the first time yesterday. Maybe and I got a medium. I always get a medium. I don't know. Seems to fit, but apparently not. Not sure what's up with that. Let's see. I guess I'll cast that now, right? I should tap farmland instead of. And I'm just gonna cast it very by a bit of time, I think. Not sure how good Bouncing Phoenix is. We don't have that many discard outlets. You know what else am I gonna do? Not bounce anything? Gotta be worth it. Oh, I sequenced poorly, I guess. I could have that come into play tapped. 4/4 Krasis and 5/5 Krasis is basically the same card, right? Against them. You're building your first Pioneer paper deck. Let me guess. Sultai? Dude, who's calling me? Let's leave a message or send me an email or a text message. Blue-green vehicles that place first at the PTQ. Is it the same as the... Because there's a blue-green Stubborn Denial. This first deck, I don't know if these are the same or not. Alright, what now? Like Krasis. What follows. Yeah, that deck looks good. I haven't tried it yet. That deck looks really good. I mean, you get to play turn 2 Oko, etc., etc. I never know if you want land or not here when you have Sphinx Rev. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Have triple white. I'll just bottom it. White Bant and not Teamer lands. Well, I'll let you have 3 white cards in hand and then another one in play. I like the white cards, I guess. I don't know. I just got a list from the internet and it looked good. What does red get you? I guess red maybe gets you better mana. You have an extra temple. And you have an extra fast land. Be nice. Pretty good spot here. Just say go. I can play Hour of Promise at instant speed. I can play Verdict at instant speed. This is Betutinia's list. I changed a bit. Oh, I didn't update the deck list on the... I'll update the deck list. I changed a few things. I cut some Grazers. Cut some Grazers. And I cut some Carlos land for more colored mana. He wasn't playing Yavimaya Coast. The other small changes. The Krasis has been kind of great. Ian was lava over. That's cycling or is that casting? Update my list on Hardwood Live. Alright. I think if you type, I think Decklist is a command that goes with Cardboard Live. Don't you use Cardboard Live, Andrea? Yeah, also White's really good. Like, Verdict's really good sweeper. People are already playing counter spells and stuff. Do I kill them if I cast Hour of Promise for 2 Field of the Dead? How many tokens do I get? It goes dead on board, right? Unless they have they played a land yet? We had 8 tokens, right? 2 times 4. I can bounce me in the ice. Or I could play it safe. Trying to see if they've played a land this turn. Turn 7. Discards Dispute, cast Frail, cost 2, puts... Alright, I'm gonna play it safe. I don't believe they've played a land yet. Sorry, that was not a slow roll. Well, I guess it's kind of a slow roll because no matter what I do, I probably win very easily. Not a bad start for them. An article on the online resources the pros use would be a really useful article. Could be interesting. I think you'd be a bit disappointed, honestly. You'd probably be a bit baffled at how old we are. I don't know. I mostly just... I'm not even sure. What do you do to... what online resource? Personally, I don't even like watch that many streams or VODs or read articles. I'm like pretty lazy about it. I was the same way about poker though. I'm just kind of lazy, honestly. I believe this matchup should be favorable unless they have 2 Phoenix in the top 20. So like every matchup of Phoenix versus anything in the history of the Phoenix deck. You have 2 Phoenix in your top 15 or 20 cards. Yes. You win. No, you lose. It's a bit more than it's not just about that, but there's definitely some matchups where it goes that way. I enjoyed the podcast. I think a cool thing would be if every one of you guys recommends a deck for the upcoming weekend. That's a really good idea. People love that stuff. I won't be lazy. I'll take a note. Or at least maybe do it if we feel strongly about a deck. I guess we can the double Grazer draw. Insane. Gonna ramp into nothing. Dude, how do I either draw Grazer with no lands or I draw like my 2 Grazers. Maybe Grazer just knows. Maybe the Grazer just is sentient or something. The Grazers know I just talk trash about them all day long. Alright, at least we seem to be up against... It should be a decent matchup. Against Blue White yesterday, it was somewhat close. Well, one of the game was close, I think. I think Elspeth was a bit scary. I mean, I have a lot of bad cards. I already have 2 dead cards in hand. I wonder if I should keep that on top. It might just get counters. Maybe I should just bottom and hope to hit lands. And punish them when they tap out with Sphinx Drag. I'm just like giving them value. I'm surprised they didn't counter. They must not have one. Really must not realize how important just every card in it is. Hey, Harry. My podcast co-host, if you want to check it out, me, Harry, MTG, and Get Smart. Recorded our first podcast together. That was really cool. Try and do better. Probably like... I see everything's... Like, are you really trying if you don't have a podcast these days, you know? Gotta have a podcast. I'm not sure paying 2 life here is good. Hopefully they cycle something. Also good if they cast Teferi. If they have Teferi, they'll probably cast it. That Teferi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just gonna make sure I hit a land, I think. Maybe I'm playing way too scared. I don't know. Do people play Dovin's Veto main deck? Probably 1 or 2. I have a good card on top. I'll just cast it. I'll play around Censor though. Negata. Alright, got Negata'd. Why no Once Upon a Time here, assuming you play 4 Grazers? That's a good question, actually. I don't have a good answer. There's only 2 Grazers. I don't think that's like... Yeah, I think I just... Seems like an oversight. And you have way less creatures, so it's mostly hitting land, but even hitting a land is good. Hitting the right land, on tap land, etc. Let's get rid of... They're gonna block, most likely. Well, let's see, this is a spot where I think I might be an underdog. Okay. I do have Castle, I guess. Be a bit scary without Castle. I cut the Blast Zone. Cut the Blast Zone. Could be good right now. I think I might still get probably still gonna be pretty hard for them to win. Maybe not. Maybe they can... If they can change verdicts... They can change verdicts and ultimate Elspeth. Maybe they can win. We'll see. Westvale Abbey, in order to find a use for Grazers. I don't even get it. Just sack your Grazers. Oh, I just realized with Abbey you get sack zombie tokens. I'm dumb. I was like, man, Abbey sounds really slow. You just have to make a bunch of 1/1s and then you can get a... Alright, Abbey makes more sense now. Things have a tricky one. I think I just bought them. And if I ever miss, like, if they just have a counter, I lose. You should have a counter, they're gonna flip search and stuff. Has Verdict been good at all? Yeah, Verdict's pretty great. Just the best sweeper by so much. I think I should have played Verdict. Maybe, can't think about that. I think they're pretty likely to have the second Verdict. Hoof to the head. A pris un abonnement de niveau 1. Merci, hoof to the head. Why does it show in French? Weird. It's showing in French for me now. Thanks for the support, hoof to the head. You only own 2 Sphinx Rev, can you get... Yeah, dude, I think Krasis might just be better than... I mean, I wish... If that Sphinx Rev I had to bottom was a Krasis, I would have won this game, right? I only own 3 Sphinx Rev, that's why I added a Krasis in the first place, but I think Krasis has just been great, especially if everyone's playing blue-white control. I think I would rather have Krasis in my deck than Sphinx Rev. Alright, I don't think I'm winning this. Have 2 mana up. How many negates do we think they play? They just go for broke here, just know when to hold them and know when to fold them. No, I don't need the last Sphinx Rev. Thanks. Alright, desperate time, desperate measures. That's 6 damage. Graces sets you against flyers as well. I bet it's a lot of rankles and counters, yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to just jam 4 Graces instead of Sphinx Rev. Sounds kind of great. Well, I guess I'm not even sure I have the mana to. Just Debs, bet on board. Some card in, yeah. You have Arch of Araska, Andrea. That'd probably be the better one, right? People have suggested Arch of Araska. I think Blue Castle's just better, right? I think Blue Castle's probably enough. Let's see, Verdict's pretty medium. Grazer is really bad, especially on the play. Agent's fine. Oko's fine. I think the first Rest in Peace is probably good because they have Earhulk and Dig. First Rest in Peace kind of sketchy. Disdainful Stroke can be a bit awkward because of 3 mana Teferi. Maybe I just won't bring in Disdainful Stroke. I'll do the one with... Oh, Scapeshift is also kind of bad. Halogen. Yeah, people's suggestion Carl S lands. I'm playing... I don't want to play too many. I'm playing 1 Radiant Fountain because... Like Field of Runes, Scavenger Grounds, Radiant Fountain, Blast Zone, Arch of Araska. I think Radiant Fountain might be the most impactful, actually, in the meta. The only card I want to counter on turn 2 is Search for Escanta. Just gamble, I guess. There you go. I have lands and I have castle, so I don't mind playing the Drogo game. What's the official spelling of Get Smart? Does it have an underscore? How do you spell it on Moto? Make sure I get your name right. Is something different on Magic Online? Yeah, I'll just play Temple. Actually, does that make sense? Probably not a bad one, right? Or I just want to keep making my land drops. That's gonna bottom. Debatable. Playing it in Nassif. Nice. Yeah. Alright, I don't know if they don't have the counter over there, a bit scared of Hour of Promise. Either way, that kind of worked out for me. I think I'm gonna lead with Elf because it doesn't get negated. Could have gone to Teferi Veto too. I think this is good though. Getting on the board was Field of the Dead. I'll need another. Courser of Curfix is legal. Tracker, Courser. You could play one Courser. I don't think you want more because it doesn't actually ramp you and it's a bit mopey, but... Alright, Desperation Mode has kicked in for them. Or I just play my Planeswalkers, right? Better against Verdict. And I'm just gonna plus because I want to maybe next turn I can go Krasis minus on Krasis or something. Damn, they always have it. That's like one of the cards I'm really scared of. I mean, even Teferi's pretty scary if you get cast in a good spot. I think we're far enough ahead here that it shouldn't matter too much. Let's see. Okay, turn health into all at Elspeth. Not sure if I play a huge Krasis and I bounce it, or if I play a huge Krasis and I say go. Probably bounce it. I just still giving me priority. Oh, I guess it's not arena. Duh. We banned all stupid elk jokes. I do hate a stupid elk joke, but I do love a good elk joke. The problem is you're likely to have a bad elk joke. There's like 10% of the elk jokes that I thought were clever and funny. I don't know. Are you willing to spin the wheel? You might get banned, but you also might shine. Wait, why am I playing that sorcery speed? I guess I want to play more land. Did I just get Fabled Passage or Million Field of the Deads? Let's do option Million Field of the Deads. Let's see. Plus that. Not sure if I should make a food or I just make a Alright, 12 tokens and they're at 17. What do I know about Veto in their hand? Is that the verdict they just got was not said? This plus kind of obnoxious. Alright, so I have 15 dudes. Alright, let's see. All that Elspeth, they have 6 blocker, so I need to send 11 at Elspeth. And then our set is pretty annoying. I was almost going to cast a Krasis, and I forgot about Narset. Wait, what? I don't think Alpha would work, right? They have +1, it gives -1/-0 to all attacking creatures. Alright, did they decide to try and save Narset, or they have Irks? You'll ever in #1, gotta start somewhere. They usually only play 1 or 2. Alright, we got there. That was good, drawing these 2 Dovin's Vetoes. That was pretty lucky. Oh, when they played Teferi and I vetoed, and I was like, oh, they didn't force it. I don't even know what my cards do half the time. Miracle, I can chain wins. Can't wait for that rest in peace to just be awful. Playing down Dig is a big deal. Getting Gearhulk is a big deal. I had Teferi, Freeman at Teferi in play. For the most part, not really. What else could I cut? Somehow Sphinx Rev seems kind of bad in this matchup, just expensive. Not great against free. Rest in peace for Dig Free Time and Gearhulk. Probably have very few of each. I just wanted to see if it ever does something. I don't know. Like the Eternal Rest in Peace Gambit. Spoiler, it never pays off. Oh. Actually have decent mana. It is like the only good card in my deck. That one on top. I should have 4 sideboard veto if blue white's. I've played against blue white more than anything in the past few leagues. Lots. Sure. I don't mind hitting my land drops, can always cycle it. They shouldn't Gearhulk. They played one in the first game, yeah. I agree with Rest in Peace should probably not be in the deck. I mean, they can still cast their Dig for a bunch of mana if they want. Maybe I'll just play it. I don't think I'll ever cycle it. Is that true? Actually, they don't do it. Good old 180. Finding a Field of the Dead. Gotta start jamming. Maybe I could wait a bit. I think if you jam in their counter, you have to use their mana efficiently, and then they fill up their graveyard for Dig. Kind of tricky. Definitely counter that if I were them. I'll take it slow. Get to Hour of Promise plus Veto next turn if I want to. You know what? I'll wait one more turn. I want to run into counter plus sensor. That's kind of questionable because now I give them a little window to like cast Sphinx for end of turn or Dig. Maybe I should have played my cards. Repeat. I don't know if they're baiting or not. I think so. They're just super flooded. I cast it for max. Not cast it at all. I'll just say go. I think I need to keep Disdainful Stroke up. Very. I don't know, maybe keeping Stroke up's just much safer. Will this run a good sideboard card against that deck? I don't know, these cards are usually not very good. Why would you not answer who you vote for, Harry? Oh, is it people trying to, it was not just a survey, it was people trying to sell you on a candidate? Anyone Delver? I don't know, you could have trolled them, honestly. If you're in prime mental condition, and you know, you could have a lot of fun, but I would never do that. I'd be scared. All right, let's see it. Hey, Will, thanks for the sub. I just wanted to hear the song. Well, that's the best way to do it. I saw you had really unfortunate the whole losing all your files. That was rough. Will just came up with a magic or mental online course. Magic mental or just mental in general? It's like specific to magic. If you want to check it out, he writes article on Channel Fireball as well. Good stuff. I think reading your articles helped me. I'm assuming it's hard to know how it actually impacts your results, but such small sample. But I think overall it was pretty good. I'd recommend Will's material. I'll just pay the 2 life. I'm not too sure what's in their deck. You want to give a little plug, Will, like share the link where people can find your online course. Mana has been a tiny bit sketchy. Definitely, we had a game the other day. I mean, I wasn't really paying attention because it wasn't a matchup where Verdict was important, but I got to 10 lands in play and I still couldn't cast my Verdict. Oh no, they're gonna bounce my Krasis? Am I getting trolled here? Alright. I'll accept. I guess I can't. Oh no, I can recast it right away. Never mind. I was gonna say I can't recast it right away, but that's not how Teferi works. Yeah, you can share links. I mean, subs, non-subs, any reasonable link really you can share in chat, even if it's not completely Magic related. I trust my viewers to be reasonable. Is there a list somewhere showing who is in contention for MPL slots? You can follow, there's probably a Twitter account or two you can follow to find that out. So basically, if you finish in the top 20 of the MPL, you get to stay in the MPL. So out of the 32 players who are competing, 20 are going to keep their slots. I think 8 are going to be relegated. Is it 4 regulated and 8 that play for survival? Not too sure. And then out of the challengers this year, I think Andre's like very close to a lock. He probably needs to, I think basically Stan Sitka needs to like win the next MPL, and I need to do really well as well for him not to make it. I think Levy is a lot for the MPL.
10 months, wow, feeling very old.
Hey, Anacho. Thanks for the 10 months. It's like Raph, Levy is pretty much a lock. Andre is a lock even. Maybe. Andre is very close to a lock. Then you've got Sebastian Pozzo and who else? We're playing in blue-white, Teferi, probably have like spell clutters and stuff, lots of creatures, but also 4-mana Gideon. Not too sure what to do against their deck. Grazer seems pretty good in this matchup, actually seems to line up very, very well. Oko can never be too bad. Agent might be a little too little, too late, and also they have a bunch of bounce spells. Agent's probably not the greatest in this matchup. Oka's never bad. Have me keep up with Gideon, maybe. What do you think, Chad? Any strong opinions on how I should sideboard in this matchup? I think this Disdainful Stroke's probably, I guess that 3-mana Teferi. I still don't know when Scapeshift is good. I haven't cast Scapeshift yet. Sounds a bit slow. Obvi. Starting the game at 21 though. What do you think of Fires of Invention Pioneer? Not sure, I haven't seen it in action yet. People have not been playing with Fires much. Ooh. Mental Mana, Mastering the Mental Game of Magic the Gathering. 20% discount if you use this link right now. Yeah, I should get it. Fires of Vengeance good in standard, yeah. This guy Fires deck is pretty good. I never get tilt. I never tilt. Of course. I just turned Counter into free. Good was my verdict too. It's gonna be good at some point. I'll do that, I guess. My Oko should live. And means I get 2 verdict away. That's kind of a cool. I mean, obviously they're stuck on 2 lands. Everything easier when your opponent's stuck on 2, but that's kind of a cool sequence. Just turning 2 copters into Alex and wiping the board. Alright, kind of cruising through that league. We haven't played against anything super aggro yet, though. Played against Phoenix, blue-white control, and blue-white mid-range. How do you feel about the install lists? Seems fine. It's not my kind of deck, but kind of depends which cards are playing, you know. It's kind of a deck that's like, seems like it could be weak to kind of removal and stuff. Alright, well, thanks, bud. That's a good hand. Top tier hand. What do you think, Chad, against Stomping Ground? I think it was Rose Spiral into Promise. I'm probably good, right? It's probably a bit redundant. Are we playing some kind of mirror match? Yeah, they could be playing maybe a Teamer deck, a Reclamation deck. Looks like Teamer Reclamation. Rose Spiral. Maybe I should have cast Rose Spiral while they were tapped out. Like a bad matchup for me. They're playing Reclamation. I have Teferi, I guess. Played against Wafu yesterday. He had a nice blue-white list. What was special about Wafu's blue-white list? He already started testing for the player store, I guess. For the Fever. Good news is they're down to 3 cards in hand. We'll see if they have a payoff. Of the Dead. Could just get 2 Fields of the Dead. Do that even though I get a token right away. I like it. No floating. No shocking. Yeah, I'll just play Growth Spiral. Might have a sweeper. Hey, this is good. I have a 2-turn clock. I don't think I need to play elves right now. That's crazy. They played a Knopt and a Reclamation. They're probably not that far away from being able to win this game. At this point, I almost don't want to cast spells. I feel like they might have Sinister Sabotage or something. I'm just going to help them Surveil. Alright, here comes the Sweeper or the Fog. That's an argument to make more tokens faster. I guess if I'm ever going to cast Sphinx Rev. Not sure. I mean, they have so much mana. The longer I wait. It sucks if they go Sinister Sabotage, Surveil, but Nexus is still legal. They just conceded. They just had nothing. Feels like such a bad matchup. They basically didn't do anything, and I still felt like I was a card away from. I guess I have Teferi in my deck. Teferi's not so good. Oh, rest in peace in this matchup. Do they play like Chemister's Insight? Agent. Agent might be okay. Still a Reclamation. That's really gonna come up. Why board in Oko? Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe having one Grazer is good. Maybe having Agent is better than Oko. Seems good if you want to play like the Drago game, you know, have 5 counters, 6 counters after sideboard. This whole pressure on them. Might dodge some of their sweepers. They could also just have creatures in their sideboard, I guess. Deals with that, but yeah, maybe Oko's worse than other cards I left out. You could see that. Wonder if I should just jam. The Elf first was better. My third guess was a Dovin's Veto. I would just keep mana up, but delaying a Reclamation 1 turn is not really going to save me this game. I'd rather just play my hand, I think, and hope they don't have Reclamation for another little while. Razor is good. I don't think... I don't think one Grazer on the draw can ever be bad in like pretty much any matchup. Definitely reasonable. I wouldn't have ever more than one, I think, in a matchup like that, though. Yeah. And they shocked themselves. Disaster. A bit better than what. I wonder why they kept 1 mana up. What do we think they have? I guess in case they draw opt. I think playing Elf first better, actually. I don't have another clue to send next turn. Uh-oh. I actually forgot I should have gusted Reclamation for second main. I was dreaming. Can I turn Reclamation into an elk? Is that how it works? No, not allowed. That is... Alright, I hope Dovin's Veto is the top card of my deck. Hope not. Alright, I'll probably lose. I think I had to play that way. I don't think I can beat an explosion or 6 or 8 or whatever it is. I mean, I'm gonna try, but I think that's my best chance of winning the game. To hit Disdainful Stroke of Veto. Discard what? Ether Gust? You're discarding a 2-mana. I should try and sit more often, make a point of or standing more often on the stream. Stand up. Does you have a good surprise against the Reclamation deck? This is going to be one of these times, though. Maybe then just forget about my food token. Just explode me for 10, tapping out. Guess I would never tap out in that 14 mana. I don't know, maybe we have them cornered. Do they play Nexus still? They play 4 Nexus, right? Wooden hasn't cast the next opponent. Opponent, what you got? What you got for us? A bit scary. Cheat King, how do you remember about these commands? Niv respect. Niv Discord. I wonder what's going on with the Niv Discord these days. Did they move on to Pioneer? Are they trying to solve the Pioneer Niv mana base? Surely they have some. Or no. Gotta be optimist. Guess I'll start with that, see what's up. Pretty fog. I wonder how much these fogs are. Master's Edition. The original of Art of Fog is really good. Dude. Sonic Rift Solo? Looks the same. Oh. I've got my new claim to fame chat. As in one of my last articles for Channeled Fireball. I redeemed myself from the Hour of Devastation. That was like 2 weeks after it was printed, I think. 2 weeks after the format in Modern. I still only had Oko at third best card in Modern. But I think there's a small chance we'll look back and realize Oko was the best Magic card printed since Deathrite Shaman. No big deal. That's all free content, by the way. You can check out channelfireball.com for articles for some of the top players in the game. The 2 articles I'm referencing. I'm not sure. There's this. That was a revisited best cards for Modern, etc. Because I made some predictions and adjusted them. I don't know if my 2 food tokens are really gonna cut it here. It's unlikely. Got him, chat. They didn't see it coming. I'm sure we win now. Why are we banning people who make L jokes? I'm kind of against it. Don't ban Adam. He single-handedly supports the stream. Semi single-handedly. Also, he's gonna save us all from the AI. You don't want to piss off Adam. You don't want Adam to turn rogue. Alright. Matchup seems a bit harder when they actually cast spells. Oku seemed good this game, though. I think Agent might just be better than Sphinx Red. Not too sure, though. I guess it's the combo. We steal a Reclamation and then we cast huge Sphinx Rev. I even cut an hour of Promise in this match. I should just cast it now, right? And I should put... Missing white mana, missing Teferi. Hard draw. Might not play around Disdainful Stroke. Might see no white mana and just jam it. That would be pretty good for us. Unless they have a second. A2. Why did they play? Did they play Chemisters inside? Alright, just gonna say go here. Not too sure what's up. Is Crumble to Dust legal? Very thoughts. As Field of the Dead and Pioneer. It's okay. We struggled against aggressive decks yesterday. Didn't play against any aggressive decks today yet. Doesn't have Bottomoko. I won't have to tap out. Ooh, 8 mana. Jeez. Resolved, they say. Well, that's probably GG. Yeah, my deck's pretty soft to crumble to dust for sure. I think you still counter that. I mean, it's still the only card that matters. I'd have to, like, get rid of the Teferi and... I'm gonna update the record to 4-0. Go out on the lane. Hope we get ready and something aggressive in the last round. Yeah, that goes for the... Double field or field passage? Field passage, I just... Oh no, field passage was already... This might have them dead. Maybe field passage was... Oh. I'm gonna see they have them. Minus my land in case I need to use Castle. Not sure what their outs are. I guess Pyroclast keeps them alive one. Go ahead and count that. We don't find. How does opponent deal with 3 mana Teferi? I'm not too sure. Bounce spells, sometimes they used to play bounce spells in standard, blink of an eye. Maybe they have sideboard fry or... Honestly, I'm not too sure. A Questing Beast would be a cool sideboard card for them. Yeah, Brazen Bolt. Blast Zone, Cyclonic Rift. Just notice you're wearing an Asian Avenger. Is it Oko an Asian Avenger? Not aware. My Nano was the deck? No. I went 2-3 in my first league yesterday. I lost against older aggressive decks. Unclear if the deck is good or not yet. The matches were kind of close though. There was a few that felt. Does Jeskai control a thing in this format? No, they wouldn't play all these fast lands. Well, I guess it. Usually bait was elf. Oh, there we go. Someone's asking about fires. Seems really weird to play a lot of fast lands in the Fires of Invention deck, but what's that bigger? Ashok Dreamrender prevents me from searching. Good draw. Oh, let's search now before it's too late. And draw. The hell? I'm not impressed, opponent. Opponent? 8 mana. The fairy doesn't do much. I just Agent the Fire. I can just kill Chandra. There are some kind of weird cycling. A peace bone. Chandra, bye bye. Things threat for a bunch. Good. I'm gonna save my 8. A6 mana is big one for it. Planetarium's pretty cool, and I don't know, do you have some kind of infinite combo? Is there anything I should really be worried about when they have fires in play, or is it just incremental value? If so, maybe I should have stolen the fires. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Super friend. Yeah, I guess they're playing Interplanar Beak. The exile did with Chandra Verdict. Well, if you have to spend your turn, your 2 spells to wipe my board, well, I can live with. Not too sure what to do. I've conceded. I was gonna Hour of Promise and then Teferi minus on Fires of Invention, I think. This way, if they want to use Fires next turn, they have to spend 4 mana casting it and they only get 1 spell. Not sure what the safest plan was. Good news is they probably don't have much of a sideboard either. Got Stroke, Field, good. Agent seems. Not sure if I'm supposed to keep in 1 Verdict or not in this. Wait. I'm boarding out Sphinx. The tutor for Ashok though, can I do anything about tutor for Ash? Soko's pretty good against Ashok. I guess I don't search that much. It's 2 Fabled Passage and 4 Hour of Promise. Teferi plus end of step hour. Yeah, maybe. Hunger Games? What's Hunger Games? Slaughter Games? Cast Hunger Games. That was a good one. Not sure if it was intentional. Not had Edison planning on my zombies yet, nope. Alright. Fury's out. Elvish Rejuvenator. Gotta beat them down. Might have Veto, they might have Negate. My Dead Dispute. My plan was to play Elf and next turn have the mana to go the Fairy minus on fires and Dovin's Veto the fires. That was now what? Clearly don't have. Guess I should just keep jamming since they have nothing. Commit to Memory is pretty sweet with Fires of Invention. I'm not gonna lie, terrified. He's on doing. Game's not looking super hot, but I also have days on doing left. I even spend. Is it complaining? Hoping for an agent. Teferi. I have the mana to Teferi, Rose Barrel, plus. The question is, do I bounce fire? Alright. Did we forget to use Jace? Yeah, I forgot to use Jace. Oh, I have to ferry and play. I sent more guys than I had to. Forgot I had to. I was like, what if they have a cheap removal? But why would they have cheap removal? Yeah, I missed out on 4 damage, I think. I shouldn't use Castle. Indoor drawing a land is fine, and drawing is. I'm assuming they can win. was a really good draw. Play that instant speed. Petit Barbaillon. Oh! I guess I don't want to cast Hour of Promise. Wow. That's actually the not like pretty much the only card that did something. That's kind of brutal. But I know I would have played Hour of Promise on my turn and getting a bunch of Fabled. It's gonna get my favorite on Let's Play online and on paper. Not too sure. I really have. Oh, that went really poorly for me. Mistakes for mistakes. I might still be okay. Doesn't seem like their deck deals super build up the deck. I think that's good. What should I steal? Alright, the mark snare set. Blue and red. Oh, they're gonna bounce fade up. Yeah, Wish is such a sweet card. Kind of an amazing design. Everything about it. And it's so well. I feel like every cost, every point of power and toughness just like feel. The fairies. Brazen Borer is really well balanced too. I don't think the card's especially good. It's kind of whatever. I thought it's much worse than what I thought it would be. Turn all non-land permanents. Alright, to get their Nassif. Very nice. Alright, don't forget I have a Lumbering Falls in play. I always forget I have that card in play. Doesn't really look like a manland. Looks a bit like the Pokemon in Detective Pikachu. I was thinking of a new kind of fetch land this morning or yesterday. I think it was this morning. It would be just like another favorite. Basically, the land comes into play untapped only if you control one land. It's like Evolving Wilds. It's like a strictly better Evolving Wilds. Kind of a reverse Fabled Passage. I mean, you can make it come into play untapped, you know, if you have one land or two lands or less or three. I mean, they can pick, you know. They can pick how good they want to make it. I wonder if that would be good. I'm sure they've thought about it. I mean, if they made Fabled Passage, I'm sure they've thought a lot about conditions, but that could be like easy clap, no changes. How many times did I cast Sphinx Rev? I mean, we definitely want more Krasis, right? Krasis was just... I don't remember casting Sphinx Rev a single time this slate. There was some spots against blue-white where Yeah, 2 to split. I mean, we can start with 2 to split. Keep. Nassif Legacy.